Look into the camera. Watch the light on his face as I change it. Look at that. That's really weird. And top heavy is pretty nice sometimes. But as I subtly move it, I'm watching the shadow on the nose. Watch. Yeah, I know you guys can't. Actually, you know what? Just to help them, let's go to that camera. Oh, it is? Oh, look at that. Oh, cool. How's the man bun look? I didn't even see. I went man bun today. Maybe we'll bring it down tomorrow. Okay, you can see it. So watch the shadow. I'm watching right here. This shadow, watch. Watch if he's ahead of light convergence or whatever. Now, this is kind of funky, right? I can do that, but when can I do it? When do I do that? After I got the shot. Okay, so watch. I'm back to here and watch the nose shadow. Watch the nose shadow. You see it changing? And there was a question about shaping the nose. You can do it with light. It'll change the way the nose, you can see it as I'm watching. His nose is very straight, he got lucky. But in the middle, it kind of goes in a little bit. You can see it going in towards the tip. And look at this, if I go like this, it's weird. Now bring it down, hold on. This sucker's working with me. I should get two hands on this. Let me look at you and not pay attention. Scooch this way a little bit, a smidge, that was it. He's got my, there you go. I'm also watching right here. Right this is his money. He's got the jaw. Stop clenching that jaw. Well, stop that. There we go, right there. All right, so I'm gonna go right about here. Let me see that. I'm gonna go right about there. That's where I want you. So now I opened up this cheek, but I hit this jawline harder, and we're off on this one? Yep. Were we off before? Yep. All right, we're off. Okay, let's shoot that. Jam that forehead out. Hold that, that's it. And if I jam his forehead out, he's gonna move and the light's gonna change, so I'll change it. All right, let's see how we did. Let's try this. Just turn very straight to me, a little bit this way. Yeah, because you were looking in the camera and he wasn't directly in front. I like with the light to jam the forehead out, the light's hitting, yeah, there you go, chin up slightly. Hold that right there. Good, perfect, I love it. Aiden, you're rocking it. You're just doing everything you need to do. See the difference? This changed. See how I brought the shadow that was here before came in, this triangle came out, so this I guess would be more called Rembrandt. I made a shelf so that shadow density here is heavier. And now I've opened up this portion of his cheek, which is money for guys. That's it. When I was modeling, all the hottest guys had like the sucked in cheeks right here. I was like, how do I get that? I'm not built with that. I didn't have that. I was like, I want that. He's got it, right? So now what I can do, this is my domain. I own this section of his face right here, and I can put what in there? I can sneak my buddy right in there on him. Actually, not Phil. Kick. We need a better name for Kick. We need like a guy's name for Kick. It would be better. Is there any name for Kick for a guy? I can sneak the kicker right in there. And then I'm gonna light this up, but the kick is not gonna affect this. I need this shadow there to create definition on that cheek. I see the excitement. You're getting ready for it. Okay. So, but I can open up that shadow density with Phil. You're fine with that amount of light, right?
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna go a little heavier. Can you go up to 80 and see if you can handle it? This guy's like superhuman. All right, here we go. I'm gonna go up to 500th of a second. I was at 3/20th, I'm at 4.0 at ISO 200. Good, hold it there, chin down, jam the forehead out. You always have to get the forehead out. Chin up slightly. Let's see if this is okay. Good, you can throw in a squinch if you want. All right, so now I've got even more shadow. Now I've got shadow density the way that I want. Let's look at it compared to the last one. He moved forward a little bit. But see how I'm creating that, I'm starting to use that. I really want to be able to fill that shadow density, so I need the shadow density there. In my can you get me V-flats? Yeah. I know this is going to kill you guys, but in my studio with guys, I put V-flats around them. I don't want to block you guys, so I'm only going to do it for a second, and we're going to see if we can even harness this darkness a little bit more. Give me V-flat, here, I'll take one.
I can also close the curtain.
No, it's all right. This is a good lesson. If you shoot in a bright studio, I don't mind. But I'm going to block you just for a second. You'll be all right. Everybody just relax. And I'm going to put the black side in. And I'm going to put the black side in over here on this one. Just go black side on them. And I'm going to scoot you back a little bit. Scooch this way a little bit. Yeah, right there. Let me see that. Wow. That's fantastic. Don't move. Good. I like it. I like it. I like it. Right there. Wow. Don't move. Just like that. There you go. Wait, hold on. I like going like this. Let me just move the kicker out. Move the kicker so that in the position of the kicker so it's ready. You might have to unplug it and bring it all the way over there. I think you will. All right, let's try this, guys. Here we go. No. Not that. Don't take it off. Well, yeah, you have to move that over there. Yeah. Okay, right here. Let's look at this shadow density. Right here, Aiden. Good. Jam the forehead out. Hold that. Fantastic. That's just awesome. That's just awesome. I'm done. I love it. I love it. This is my work. I don't know. This is the type of work that gets me all jazzed up. I love it. And I like the hint of the smile. So see how I brought this shadow back to here, but I still kept this? That's because I angled the light and brought it over his face a little bit. And this is killing you, right? Is this killing you? I've been talking about this all day. It's killing you. But with the inverse square law, I'm not going to get that shadow density if I move him way far away from that. So let's move that out of frame and keep it on the same trajectory and the same angle. You don't move. You stay right there. Let's just try this. We'll move it out of frame. And I'm going to go up. And the inverse square law is going to say, because I basically just took it and went like that. So it's about the same as it would have been if it was closer to him, because he would have been closer and it would have had to go down a little bit, right? And I'm going to shoot. And now I'm going to open up because it's further away. And do you know that it's 1 foot away? I have a whole slide on this. You lose 75% of the light. So I just lost 75% of the light. Look at this. This is from, I did a DVD with f-stoppers called Illuminating the Face. And we drilled into this, and this was a story. They were like, you know the inverse square law. I was like, I shoot by it. They're like, you shoot by it every day. And I was like, I'm not a technical guy. I was like, I mean, I've heard of it, and they were like, well, you're teaching it. Here we go. So I was like, then I had to learn it and teach it. I was like, you're right. And I learned so much. And after knowing that, my work completely changed. Even though I was doing it, I was an unconscious competent. I was doing it, but unconsciously, I didn't know what I was doing. And then once I knew, I was like, wow, and now I use it every single day. So that is, I know it's in tomorrow. Let me just don't get too excited. We're just gonna go to it because I'm here right now. I haven't drifted much. Oh wait, hold on. It's not allowing me to go to it. Okay, I'm there. Okay. Here it is. Every time you double the distance from the light, the power of the light hitting the subject drops 75%. And guys, if you want, you can get this Illuminating the Face for, I think it's 100 or 200 bucks off. Use the code CreativeLive, and you can get both my DVDs for like 100 or 300 bucks for both. 100, 200. Anyway, it'll be in the packet, so look for it. And but this is from that tutorial. So look at that. 100% of the light is there a foot away. 2 feet away, you're down to 25% of the light. That's crazy. That's why it's more worth it for me to have the light in the frame than not have it in the frame. I have a guy that has a program. And if you don't have a guy, then you learn how to take the light off a gray background, please, okay? If the background is crazy, like if it was the door, I would look at the door and I'd be like, okay, I can move it back a little bit. You know, if I'm outside and it's trees or something and it's hard to retouch, I'll get the light out of the frame. Don't, just, I'll do it, it's fine. It's no big deal. All right, let's go back to capture 1 and let's do this shot. All right, so since I lost 25% of it, I'm gonna go back to 1/160th of a second. How's that? What was I at, 500th? That's a big difference, right? Let's see if I'm right. Jam your forehead out, do the same exact thing as before. Hold that right there. Nose this way, lose the smile. You were serious before, what are you doing? Nose. I mean, he has a little bit of a, he pulls his mouth to the side in a really cool way, right? That's the human stuff. I love that. I love that. All right, relax. You got that vein that pops out in your head when you get excited. Stop that. Okay, good. You're good. You're good. You're good. Let me see. I don't like the shirt. My shirt looks good, though. It's a good look for you. There we go. All right, scooch just a little bit. There, right there, right there. Let's try this. Now let's see. I might have to, I'm basically guessing because I moved the light away. And my human light meter thing, when I'm on and then I'm off, I think I'm right though. Jam the forehead out. Chin up a little bit. Good. Watch the shadow density on the cheek. I am right, aren't I? Look at that, I nailed it. Okay, good. I'm glad because I didn't want to not nail it. Look at the shadow density on the cheek. So the highlight on the head, it's a little bit brighter on the highlight, but look at the shadow density here compared to that other shot. That is why I get my lights that close. It also brings the background down too, right? I'm moving the light away from him. I'm essentially moving the light away from the background. I've got to open up on him so that the background opens up now too. So if I want the background even darker, I get the lights as close as I can get them. You with me? This is good stuff, guys. This is good stuff. All right, so what I'm going to do before I bring in my buddy Phil and the kick, I want to, Drew, there's got to be some questions, guys. Come on, you got to lay them on. There's got to be some questions. Come on.
Let's blow through some. Can you get the same effects with speed lights? So some of the stuff you're doing.
Oh, this is such a good question. Give me the, do we have them? Where are they? Guys, we got speed lights. All right, so this is the Westcott Rapid Box, and it's basically it's a strip box. It's very similar in size to this. It's a little bit skinnier and a little bit shorter, but I like portability, and I like to be able to, I have 3 speed lights, because I can do my triangle, and I can do my men's setup, and I'm good. I can add a 4th if I want, and I can do the 4 light, the square. So I'm using the Canon 600EX RT, and then we've got, give me one of the Pro Photo OCFs. So we got the stuff, guys. And what did I say about the stuff? I know you want the stuff. You build your kit the way that you want to build your kit. If this is your least expensive option to get into this, and that's where you're at this stage of the game, then that's where you go. You start here. I could show you how to do it here. All right? If you're going pro photo and you're in Strobesville and you love your strobe, boom, look at this. What do we got there? Holy smokes, guys. We're basically in the same situation, right? So I got this, and this is the way we set it up. Now, I don't like the width of this underneath, right? Because I go with a 1x2. This is 3. So underneath, I'll use, and I usually won't grid it, but I put the grid on. I love grids, though. We're shooting with all this really cool gear. I'm loving it. But that being said, you know, when I started, I saved my pennies to be able to buy the product that I thought I needed. And a lot of times what I thought I needed wasn't what I need. But if I hadn't bought that KinoFlow setup or that acute 2R 2400 pack, I wouldn't be where I am today. I mean, those really, if you invest in anything, like I was not making any money. I could barely afford the studio that I moved into. My girlfriend at the time, who's now my wife, was a model too, and she's much better looking than I am. And she worked a lot more than I did, and she floated us while I was trying to build this business. She took care of it, and I actually took the money that I made from one of my first jobs I was shooting for Reebok, and I decided that I was gonna take the money from this Reebok job and buy that acute 2R 2400 pack. But then I had to wait to I bought a Pro big umbrella. Back then they had like this 7-foot umbrella. Now, so I was told that you need something big for soft lights. So I bought this massive umbrella. And I had to wait till my next job to do that. And I built it up that way. You know, I wasn't, you know, I didn't have an expensive studio. I was shooting out of the studio apartment. I had this big 7-foot umbrella in that tiny studio apartment. I did whatever it took for me to do. I'm one of those guys that will save up to buy the best thing rather than buy my way up with stuff that I just want to buy the best and then not eat for a couple months. You know what I mean? I'd rather do that. That's what I do. I like to buy whatever it is the best. And then now, fortunately, I had a business that afforded me that. If you guys are trying to break into business, what's free here right now? Stop it. Don't have any excuses, and don't go out and buy gear if you can't afford it. But I'm telling you, if you can stand behind this thing, put a person in front of it and get paid, I love my job. I don't think I would be happy doing anything else. I love this, and this is awesome. How do we get to do that? That's amazing that we get to do that. So you build your kit however you can. That's why I want to show you speed lights, because a lot of you have them, right? I don't shoot speed lights, and I'm going to go out on a limb, and I've shot them before in classes and stuff, but I don't own a speed light. I borrowed them from Canon so that I could show them to you, so I can show you the same setup. If you go on the B&H website, there is a video of me shooting speed lights at B&H in a class. And I pulled it off perfectly, and I shot a Canon SL1 Rebel against a 5DSR and a flex kit with the speed lights and the Westcott Rapid Boxes. And the shots are phenomenal, and I loved it. So we're gonna go into that tomorrow. It's amazing. All right, where were we? Did I tell them about the lighthouse yet? Okay, let's go. No, where were we? Were at questions.
Questions. Do you want to do one more? Do you want to take one more?
I want another question.
Okay, one more. Is it personal preference, or does Capture One have advantages for you over, say, Photoshop? Is it because of your medium format work? So, like, talking about tethering, I think.
All right. So Capture One, for me, first of all, it's not like Photoshop. I shoot into it, and I process my files. I get the best quality processed file to put into Photoshop out of Capture One. Now, I never used Lightroom. I was a medium format shooter. I shot Hasselblad for years, and they use a program called Focus, and then I switched to Phase One, and then I switched to Canon. So whenever I kind of look at it like this: commercial jobs in New York City, right? At all these studios, every studio I've ever gone into, other photographers, there's digital techs working Capture One all the time. I don't know digital techs that they hire to work Lightroom. Like I don't know if it's there yet or if it's that popular yet, but I just know that Capture One is the ultimate tethering software in the world. And they just came out with Capture One 10, which is awesome, which is what I'm shooting into. You get the best skin tones out of it. You get the best. If you process images in other programs and you process them out of Capture One, you will see the difference in your files. The speed of the tether is phenomenal. I very rarely ever have to restart Capture One. And when I'm on a shoot on a commercial job, I don't want that client looking at me like, come on, take some pictures. And I'll be like, no, just hold on. Oops, I got to restart my computer because the whole thing crashed because of some tethering software. It never happens with Capture One. It's very rare that I ever have an issue. But I love it because it allows me to adjust my images on the fly. Again, working on a calibrated monitor, I'm getting the skin tones that I want. I can really go in and deal with that. I've got the speed that I want. When I'm shooting, the images are coming up. If I have a client watching that, I want the images to come up quickly. You see how they're jumping in there? It's not, there's no lag, really. It's really right there. When I shoot and I want to look over and chimp, I don't want you chimping. But if I want to chimp a little bit, it's already there by the time I look over. I look back and I haven't lost my client yet. The minute you chimp, the client's going to go like, and try and look at the screen that you're looking at. So I just like doing it fast just to make sure I'm on track. Once I know I'm on track, I don't chimp anymore.